You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Right now at 7, the grandmother of a 2-year-old girl killed in a police standoff last year takes multiple entities, including the city of Joplin, to civil court. And the U.S. Supreme Court declines to take up a case involving the state of Kansas and its newly redrawn congressional map. We've got a chilly start across the area, some of us even getting a few showers out there. We'll take a look at the forecast and when warmer weather will get here coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Chris Warner. Authorities released a preliminary autopsy report on 2 people found dead in a Joplin home last week. The man and woman were found in a home at 1403 Broadway on Thursday. The report indicates both 24-year-old Savannah Bell and 44-year-old Jason Scheffler died of gunshot wounds. They both lived in the home. Police had received a request for a wellness check at the home on Thursday. Officers forced their way into the home and found the 2 bodies. Police say the investigation continues and that they will release more information as it becomes available. However, they say there's no threat to the public. A car plunges into Spring Creek after another car crosses the center line. Just before 5:30 Monday night, reports of a crash on Castle Drive alerted Newton County Central Communications. Authorities say as 2 cars were headed in opposite directions on Castle Drive, one car crossed the center line. The other car swerved to avoid a head-on crash and went off the road, landing in the creek. Troopers say both drivers were 17 years old. This is a developing story, and we'll have more information as it becomes available at KOAMnewsnow.com. A grandmother of a 2-year-old killed in a police standoff in Baxter Springs last year has filed a lawsuit in the case. The standoff happened 1 year ago Sunday. Authorities say Eli Crawford shot and killed a woman, Taylor Shutt, then barricaded himself inside a home with 2-year-old Cleslin Crawford. After an exchange of gunfire with law officers, authorities say Eli Crawford killed himself, and authorities discovered the child had died of a gunshot fired by an officer from the Joplin Police Department. The lawsuit is filed by the child's paternal grandmother, Carla Crawford. She's suing the city of Joplin, the city of Baxter Springs, Cherokee County, and the Joplin officer who fired the fatal shot. You can read more about the lawsuit and the events of that day on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. A fired Pineville deputy marshal is suing the city, staff, and marshal's office, alleging conspiracy and violation of due process. Jessica Delaney filed the lawsuit. According to the suit, Delaney was the subject of an investigation by the marshal's office and city. Delaney claims she was never informed of the investigation and was never given a full due process hearing. She wants to be reinstated to her position as deputy city marshal and receive lost wages, back pay, and other compensatory amounts. And you can read more about the lawsuit at KOAMnewsnow.com. And across the area, we've got a few showers out there as we take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. They haven't done a lot of moving this morning, but they are out there. We got one in Cherokee County, one up in Bourbon County, spreading into Vernon County, and then one beginning to exit Barton County this morning. No heavy rain, no thunderstorms, but some showers. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Road's still dry for now, but we do have those showers on the way. It's also quite cloudy. Here's a look at those cloudy skies. 40 in Joplin, 33 is what it feels like, that north breeze at 12 miles an hour. Across the region, it's a cold one. 36 in Iola, 37 Fort Scott, Nevada, 39 Pittsburgh, 41 Chetopa, Miami, and 39 Neosho, Carthage, and Lamar. We get our day started. These isolated showers hanging on through about 8:30 this morning. Then they should be out of here. Be mostly cloudy, chilly, only about 40 by 11 a.m. We head into this afternoon, cooler than yesterday by a few degrees, not significantly, but still well below average. Lower 50s for highs, partly cloudy skies, winds gusting 15-20 miles an hour, so nothing out of hand, but breezier than yesterday for sure. Winds will come down this evening, then we'll go to some mostly clear skies before returning to partly to mostly cloudy skies, dropping back down to a cold 34 degrees. As we head into tomorrow, though, a lot better, partly cloudy, warmer, 60, 62, breezy on Thursday, evening showers and thunderstorms, especially in our western counties, and a couple of those may be on the strong side. Better chances for thunderstorms on Friday, 75 for the high. That's where we're watching another possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. A lot of up in the air on the timing of that cold front as to exactly what we'll see. That cold front, though, kicks us down to 60 on Saturday, and we warm right back up to the lower 70s on Sunday, mid-70s by Monday, with some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. On Monday, the Kansas Supreme Court signaled that it still considers access to abortion a fundamental right under the state constitution. An attorney for the state argued that a decisive statewide vote last year affirming abortion rights doesn't matter. 5 of the 6 justices present for the arguments were skeptical. The court is considering exactly how far the Republican-controlled legislature can go in restricting abortion under a 2019 decision protecting abortion rights. While the justices heard arguments, they aren't likely to rule on this for several months. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear a case involving Kansas that reached their bench. Justices will keep a newly redrawn congressional map of Kansas in place. They declined to hear a request from voters who say the new districts in Kansas allow for racial gerrymandering. Some people in Fort Scott don't like the smell. The city of Fort Scott held a special city hall meeting to address the unpleasant smell coming from ADM, a manufacturer. Now, ADM is located in Deerfield, Missouri, but the waste from the factory is stored in a lagoon. The sludge from the lagoon causes a smell that the residents of Fort Scott want to have resolved.
We have wastewater that we produce at the plant that needs to be treated or further treated, and figuring out how we best either expand or improve our operations on site, or help to support the city's improvements in meeting that goal to discharge safe wastewater.
ADM and the city of Fort Scott say they are willing to negotiate a win-win solution for both parties. Well, coming up, the SEK Humane Society stops by to tell us about an upcoming bake sale, and later we'll meet a woman executive tackling all sorts of challenges in a male-dominated sport, football. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. But first, here's a live look at downtown Girard. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Got a few showers out there. Bourbon County entering into Vernon County, a little one here in Barton County, and another shower here in Cherokee County, slowly making its way to Jasper County. So right now, MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line in Joplin. The roads are dry, but the skies are cloudy ahead of those showers. Here's more of those cloudy skies from 7th and Range Line. 40 in Joplin, feeling pretty chilly though, 33 with a north breeze at about 12 miles an hour. Across the area again, it's a cold start. 36 Iola, 37 Fort Scott, Nevada, 39 Pittsburgh, 37 Parsons, 41s for Chautauqua, Miami, 39 Neosho, Carthage, and Lamar. As we get our day started, those showers should be out of here by about 8:30, and we're going to be mostly cloudy and chilly, only about 40 degrees by 11 this morning. Our highs today, cooler than yesterday, not by a lot, but still cooler and below average into the lower 50s, partly cloudy skies. Winds could gust 15 to 20 miles an hour, so nothing out of hand, but still a bit breezy. Winds calm down this evening, mostly clear skies for a bit, then we go back to partly to mostly cloudy skies. Another cold night ahead of us, dropping back down to a low of 34. Now, as we head into our Wednesday, things look pretty good. We'll have partly cloudy skies. We're going to be right around normal for our temperatures. And then we go into Thursday, and that's where by Thursday night, we're watching showers and thunderstorms along this cold front out in central Kansas into central Oklahoma. Those could be strong to severe. Now, if they hold together, we could see a few stronger storms in our western counties, but then we'll just see general thunderstorms and some rain as it rolls east. And we head into late tomorrow morning, early afternoon, we could see redevelopment along this front of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong to severe. Right now, the big threat is actually focused to our east, but if the cold front slows down at all, then we could see that severe threat shift a little further to the west and include our area. And regardless, though, it's going to be a lot warmer. Let's take a look at how much warmer. 60 tomorrow, 62 Thursday, 75 Friday. Cold front kicks us down to 60 for Saturday, and we rebound quickly up to 71 Sunday, 76 on Monday with some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. An Illinois oil worker has been at it for 80 years, but his well hasn't dried up yet. He's been through tragedy and health scares, but still, he gets up every morning and tends to the well. Danny Valley reports.
Show you some of the oil that's making.
His life is rooted in oil, but he goes by the name Strawberry.
Well, I used to have pretty red hair when I was young.
It's no longer red, it's not white either, and he has no time to feel blue. Not while time is still ticking.
If I sat down and don't get out of that door, I ain't going to be here long. I feel a lot better when I get out.
Clifford Benbrook may have lost a spring in his step, but his work ethic is still pumping. In the last year and a half, he's battled COVID, numerous skin cancers, and bleeding from his small intestine. But this old Marine beat the odds.
One of the nurses that was out there, they sent me. When I came back out here. Said I didn't expect to see you again.
Benbrook served as a corporal in World War II, seeing combat at the Battle of Okinawa, the largest amphibious assault in the Pacific Theater, and one of the scariest times of Benbrook's life.
This boy, he shot a kid running out of an old house there. I said, why do you do that? He said, I just want to kill somebody.
After the war, Benbrook went back to the oil fields, eventually settling in Hamilton County, where he's spent the last 50 years at Busby Energy. Benbrook, with help from one of his sons, oversees the company's only well, checking for leaks and to make sure everything is spinning. This work is his therapy, to process the deaths of his youngest son and Norma, his wife of over 70 years.
She was in a nursing home quite a while, and I lived here by myself, and that's helped me a lot.
Time-tested, Clifford Benbrook is not ready to slow down, not at age 97, and not anytime soon, only when his well dries up.
If you can keep her going, just don't sit down and die. That's what happened to you. Just don't sit down and quit.
The Illinois Oil and Gas Association says Benbrook is the oldest living oil well worker in the state, the country, and maybe even the world. We'll be right back after this, but first, here's a live look at downtown Girard. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's time to make a pet connection. And this week we have Ramsey Witterstatter with us here from the SEK Humane Society. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So you've got something very exciting coming up that we've talked about, and you also have an adorable little puppy. They're all puppies as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
that you have up for adoption. But first you got this spring bake sale that's coming up. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have our spring bake sale coming up. That's going to be Saturday, April 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9:30 to 10, people will drop off any baked goods that they want, and all the proceeds will go to the animals here at our no-kill animal shelter. So it's going to be really awesome.
And how important is it to be able to raise this kind of money for the Humane Society?
It's super important. It really helps us out for a lot of different things that we need, like vet trips, different vaccinations, different toys for the dogs, different stuff like that. There's always things that we need help with, so it's awesome to always have that fundraiser option.
And what's the community support been like, you know, in order to get this going, to bring the all the baked goods in and to be able to support the Humane Society?
It's been amazing. We've had a lot of people that participate. I mean, even with Chili Feed, we had so many people bring baked goods and all these different things that made it work for us. We can't do it without them, so they're amazing.
What's it like to have that support from the community, to know that each of these events you have, the community is going to be right there behind you?
It's awesome, just to have all that support, and especially people standing behind our mission, and everyone's interested in bettering the animals, so it feels really nice to have that support behind us.
And you also have this adorable 4-year-old puppy
Yes.
who was not so sure about the floors, right? Because the floor is dark and can't see the floor so much.
Yep.
But I'm not sure if I'm going to step down there. So tell me a little bit about Bounce.
Yeah, so Bounce is a 4-year-old boxer pit mix. We oftentimes will have her in our lobby, and she is just amazing She does amazing with other dogs, and she loves cats. Even cats that don't like dogs, Bounce just loves them. So she's awesome. We're just waiting to get her adopted.
Well, and she just braved the floor. Our producer Krenz has been with her. She did not want to come out onto this floor. She was hesitant about it the entire time, but here she comes. Hi.
Yeah, she's kind of shy, but she's super friendly. She loves everyone and everything, and we just love her so much at the shelter. She thinks she's a lap dog despite her size.
Now, is she going to get any bigger than what she is?
Nope.
Or? Okay.
This is her full size. She is heavier than she looks, but yeah, she's an amazing cuddler and just awesome emotional support to have at the shelter as well.
All right, excellent. So one more time, just real quick on the bake sale. When is it? Where is it? What do people need to know?
So it's 10 to 4 at the Meadowbrook Mall. Drop off, if you're wanting to donate, is from 9:30 to 10. And what was the last question?
Oh, that was it. Just what people need to know.
Yep,
So you covered it.
That's all people need to know.
All right, Ramsey, thank you so much for coming in. Of course, we'll have all this information on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, and we'll be back with more right after this. During this Women's History Month, we've been taking a look at the pioneers of yesterday and today. We head to the gridiron to meet an NFL executive making her own history as she tackles the male-dominated sport.
Being a Raider is about as cool as it can get.
Not just cool, trailblazing. Sandra Douglas Morgan is president of the Las Vegas Raiders, the first black woman to lead an NFL team, a job she's now held for 8 months.
Do you feel like you've had to prove yourself in a way that maybe your male counterparts haven't?
I felt like I had to prove myself to myself. I don't have to prove myself to others.
Douglas Morgan has long tackled barriers and broken through, becoming the first black city attorney in Nevada. And in the male-dominated casino industry, chairing the Gaming Control Board, another first. Doing it all got her there.
I think we know as moms, you could pack a diaper bag, pack a lunch, have everything planned, and something is not going to go as planned. And I think those kind of skills definitely transfer into running a sports team or running an organization.
Douglas Morgan says she's proud to be a role model, but it's not enough.
Success for me would not be being the first black female president of an NFL team, and there not being any others for the next 10 to 15 years. It's really, truly being able to open doors to allow other people to have the same opportunities and a seat at the table.
But you will soon have people that say it's because of you.
That would be a tremendous blessing.
Danya Backus, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Incredible story, and of course, it's important to celebrate women's history, not just through the month of March, but through every month. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:27. We have an update to some rail crossing repairs taking place across the Joplin area. Work on the Pennsylvania and Joplin Avenue crossings are complete. This will be near 10th Street. Starting this morning, those roads will be opened, and St. Louis Avenue is going to be closed near Campbell Parkway for that crossing to be repaired. St. Louis is expected to be closed for 2 days, and after that, Main Street will be closed near 10th Street for repairs to the crossing there. Drivers are urged to use extreme caution in the work areas and find alternate routes if you can. City of Knoll will now be able to renovate some damaged buildings. The state of Missouri announced the recipients for its American Rescue Plan Act grants. One of those recipients is the City of Knoll, which was awarded $250,000. City officials say that money will go toward fixing up downtown buildings that were damaged by a fire and are now under city control.
I think this is the first one for this type of grant. I think all the communities apply for all the grants they can as far as, for infrastructure, things like that. But this one is specifically revitalization, and in Knoll's case, downtown revitalization.
The McDonald County Chamber of Commerce helped the city apply for the grant. Are you looking for a new job? Well, Crowder College may have just the thing for you. Beginning today, Crowder College kicking off a job fair and career expo. The event takes place from 10 to 2 inside the Bob Sneller Gymnasium in the Osho. The event features area employers as well as the opportunity to apply for jobs, and you can enter to win some prizes in the process. Well, Monday marked Gorilla Giving Day, what could become a new tradition for Pitt State. It's a new twist on the school's annual Apple Day celebration. Students and staff launched Giving Day as a chance for alumni to come together and support the university through a fundraising event.
The main thing that we are focused on today is the students of Pittsburgh State University. They're really who is most important to us. They're the lifeblood of that institution. We always want to do right by them. So I would think that it's safe to say that the funds today, in one way or another, are going to help students at Pittsburgh State.
The Gorilla Giving Day fundraiser was hosted at Brick and Mortar Social House. As we take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, some showers out there, some of them breaking up now, especially like the one across Barton County and in Cherokee County. Still got a decent shower now in Vernon County, right over Nevada. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, we see dry roads, so rain not really reaching the ground there, but we do have the cloudy skies out there. 40 degrees, feels like 33 with a north breeze at 13 in Joplin. Across the region, temperatures look about like this. 37 Fort Scott, Iola, Pittsburgh, Chanute, Parsons, Neodesha, 40 in Miami, 39 Neosho and Carthage, and 41 in Lamar. As we go through our morning, those showers will clear out of here by about 8:30. We're mostly cloudy, chilly, only about 40 by 11. Our highs today pushing roughly the lower 50s, and we'll be partly cloudy skies through the day. And as we head into this evening, another cold one on hand, some mostly clear skies initially, and then we'll start to see some partly to mostly cloudy skies return, and we'll head for a very cold, oh my goodness, I almost tripped and fell, a very cold low of 34 degrees. Well, devastation in Nashville as 6 people are killed in a school shooting at a private Catholic school. Among the victims, 3 children. Investigators have obtained a manifesto written by the shooter and are combing through additional evidence. Steve Nance has that report.
An all too familiar and tragic scene at an American school, this time in Nashville, a community now in mourning.
I am overwhelmed at the thought of the loss of these families, of the future lost by these children and their families.
Authorities say a 28-year-old entered the Covenant School in Nashville and opened fire, killing 6 people.
Is it a targeted attack?
It was.
The victims identified by Nashville police include 3 adults and 3 children. Police have confirmed the shooter was a former student and had detailed drawings of maps of the school, which included entry points. The shooter has no criminal history and carried 2 AR-style weapons in the attack, which authorities say were legally obtained.
We have a manifesto, we have some writings that we're going over that pertain to this day, the actual incident.
In Washington, a plea from President Joe Biden to Congress to take action on guns.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart.
Meanwhile, the residents of Nashville are left in shock, families forever altered.
When we send our kids to school or to any place of safety, we expect them to live, learn, have fun, and come back from that day's experience. We don't anticipate things like this.
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
Now, police say they searched Hale's home where they found and seized a sawed-off shotgun, a second shotgun, and additional evidence. Yesterday, President Biden renewed his calls, as mentioned, for an assault weapons ban and ordered flags at the White House to fly at half-staff to honor the victims. Coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News, if it's Tuesday, you know we've got Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission in the studio, and today she shows us how to make apricot lemon bars, and we're going to talk more about when we're going to start to warm up and those late week rain chances when we come back. But first, here's a live look at downtown Girard. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Join us again, Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission. Been doing bake and take.
That's right.
You don't want to take and then bake. You want to bake and then take for the month of March. So tell us a little bit about what that is and what we're doing for today.
Bake and Take is just a wonderful event that was started by the Kansas Sweethearts. The Kansas Wheat Commission continues to promote it, and the Soybean Commission thought, let's chime in and join forces using soy products because it's such a great way to give back to your neighbors. Right. Have your kids involved in this. Let them bake something. Take it to a neighbor that you maybe haven't seen all winter as much, a coach or a teacher, and say thank you. Just a wonderful wonderful way to do something for somebody else. This one I love that we're doing. We've done 4 recipes this month for Bake and Take. This one is a apricot lemon bar, and I can already smell the lemon. Can you?
Yeah, I can. It smells wonderful.
Nothing
so
like spring when we talk about lemon. I guess I'm going to show this first. It's kind of a 2-step process. It's a kind of a shortbread dough here that I've already baked, and it has our soy cream cheese in it. It has margarine in it. It's a wonderful dough, and when you put it in your mixer, just keep mixing and it will come together and make this wonderful light dough. Press that into your baking dish using the back of a spoon. You want to go up the edges just a little bit and bake it at 350 for 20 minutes.
Okay.
While that is in the oven, then we'll make the filling for it. I have granulated sugar in here. You're going to add a little bit of our baking powder and salt. I'll go ahead and mix that in, and then you're going to add 2 eggs that we have there to it. And I'll just keep mixing here. And then the next ingredient, I have some freshly squeezed lemon juice. So pour that in here. Great. That smells good.
It does.
And then to add a little bit more lemon flavor, you have some lemon zest there that I grated from the fresh lemons there. Makes it just have such a wonderful flavor. Great. Thank you. That's 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. And now you're going to add kind of a special ingredient, and that is dried apricots that I chopped. And it was actually 10 dried halves of apricots. You can add that. That will be in every bite of your lemon bar. And then we have 1/2 cup of coconut, and that sweetened coconut there. Add that in there. And then,
well, we've added the entire container into the
That's
coconut.
Okay.
You do not want to do that.
Stir that up, and there we have that nice custard mixture. What I would do now is when this comes out of the oven, we would pour this right into this and then put it back in the oven, and it bakes for another 25 minutes, just until it's set. Then take it out of the oven, let it cool really well. Look at these wonderful bars that you have. And another 16 bars that you can share with your neighbors and friends for Bake and Take.
And they look absolutely incredible. And that's what I've loved about all the recipes, is they're always relatively easy to make. Even I could do, well, I don't know if I should do it, but even I could kind of do it as well.
Great.
So, well, Charlene, thank you so much. And of course, we'll have this recipe and information on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And as mentioned, you can contact the Kansas Soybean Commission directly.
That's right. Call our 800 number, 877-KS-Soybean. Go to our website at kansassoybeans.org. And I'll also add our winter issue of the Soy Connection is out. Lots of great information on the nutrition of soy. So go to the link that we've provided there, and you'll get that whole newsletter.
All right, Charlene, thank you so much. We will be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We have some breaking news that we're following out of Cherryvale, where there is a standoff in progress across from the school. Cherryvale schools have canceled classes for today. We do have a crew on the way to Cherryvale, and we'll bring you more on this situation as it becomes available. But again, situation in Cherryvale schools have canceled for today. We do have a crew on the way, and we'll bring you more information as it becomes available. In our forecast for today, we've still got a couple of stray showers out there, really just this one here in Vernon County. MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line. Roads are dry. Skies are cloudy. Man, it is chilly out there. They are sitting at 40 in Joplin, but feels like 33 because we've got that north breeze at 13 miles an hour. As we look at temperatures across the region, we got 37 Iola, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Parsons, sitting at 41 Chetopa, Miami, 39 Neosho, Carthage, and 41 in Lamar. And as we get our morning started, last of these showers should be out of here by about 8:30. Will be mostly cloudy through the rest of the morning and chilly, only about 40 degrees. And as we go into the afternoon, cooler than yesterday by a few degrees, lower 50s for highs. We're under partly cloudy skies, winds gusting 15 to 20 miles an hour, so not wild, but breezy for sure. Winds calm down this evening. We even get some clear skies, or mostly clear skies, and then we return to partly to mostly cloudy skies. We have another cold night ahead of us, 34 for our low tonight. As we look toward tomorrow, though, partly cloudy, warmer, 60 degrees, so a little bit better, closer to average. 62 on Thursday, watching evening shower and thunderstorm chances across the area. Better storm chances on Friday. We're keeping an eye on those. 75. 60 Saturday, 71 back to 71 Sunday, 76 next Monday with some additional storm chances. In Consumer Watch this morning, this month the Fed raised interest rates for a 9th consecutive time. That means higher borrowing costs for you. So what do you do now with your money, whether you're an investor, saver, or a borrower? Shelley Molachet has more in today's Consumer Watch.
With banking failures making headlines and the Fed raising interest rates,
good afternoon.
Investors and borrowers are feeling a little jittery, wondering how it could all impact their savings, loans, credit cards, and investments.
When it comes to rising interest rates, it's all about the debt. It's the liabilities that you have.
So what are some ways to position your hard-earned money to get the most out of those soaring rates, but also protect yourself from the higher costs? The first thing first, experts say tackle credit card debt. So get on a plan to pay off what you owe soon before higher rates kick in.
If you've got credit card debt, it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more now and in the near future.
It's going to put a lot of financial pressure on an increasing number of households going forward.
If you're looking to buy a home or refinance, higher interest rates could mean banks could make borrowing requirements stricter. Experts say get to work on locking the lowest fixed rate now. Also consider investing in Series I savings bonds. Experts recommend them because it's an inflation-protected asset and offers a safe return. But it has some limitations. Among them, you can't invest more than $10,000 a year and can't redeem your bond in the first year. But act quickly. You only have until the end of April to buy and get the current 6.89% rate.
If you've got emergency money parked somewhere making less than 1%, you might think about buying an I-bond.
Experts say it's good news for savers. Bankrate suggests putting your savings in online high-yield savings accounts. Some are now offering rates as high as 5%.
We'll be right back with more after this, but first, here's a look at the market prices before the opening bell. The tooth truck has been an important fixture in Southwest Missouri for 20 years now. Joe Hickman has a look at the new unit that's carrying on the proud tradition and filling an important role.
Okay. And the idea is pretty simple. We want to provide comprehensive dental treatment to kids that don't have access to a regular dentist. We can repair cavities, we can help wiggle out baby teeth, we can even do permanent root canals if necessary.
Since 2002, the tooth truck has been traveling around the Ozarks with over 30,000 youngsters passing through its doors.
So after 20 years, our original tooth truck needed to be replaced. It was just worn down and it was time to get a new one.
So thanks to over $500,000 from Springfield Public Schools and another $35,000 from Delta Dental for new state-of-the-art equipment, a new tooth truck is ready to serve yet another generation of students, like those pictured on the outside of the truck.
We have kids now that we are seeing their kids, and they're so excited to tell us that my mom or dad went to the tooth truck. My teacher went to the tooth truck. You know, Beanie Babies were really popular for a while, and we'd give them as prizes. And there are kids that still to this day talk about the Beanie Baby, as well as you fixed my front tooth, and then I could smile for school pictures.
My absolute favorite part of working with the tooth truck is seeing the change that we make in a child's life.
Yes, the one thing those who work on this truck have discovered is that something as simple as fixing a tooth can produce not only a healthy smile, but literally change a child's self-esteem.
My most favorite story was a high school student at Glendale, and she had a chipped front tooth, and we could immediately tell that she was very self-conscious about it. And after they repaired that tooth and sat her up and held a mirror in front of her face, just watching that moment and how she just broke down so emotional. It was right before prom, right before high school graduation, and just gave her that confidence and that smile that she was always meant to have.
I could just sit there and I could beam, and I didn't have to be ashamed.
And it's a moment I will never forget.
And even the hygiene bag given to every student that visits the truck can be a difference maker.
At the end of the appointment, you're going to get a new toothbrush and toothpaste and floss, and they look at you and their eyes bright up and they say, "For my own?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, just for you." And like, "Oh, I've never had one that was just mine." And, that's really touching to know that, that means so much to a kid, and sad to know that there's kids out there that haven't had a toothbrush that's just theirs.
We hear feedback from the school counselors and the teachers on what we are able to achieve through a dental visit, making an impact on their self-worth.
Now, the tooth truck goes to other school districts as well, such as Willard, Billings, and Mount Vernon. So an absolutely essential service out there. As for us, we still have a couple of stray showers. We've got one dying shower on the south side of Joplin and a slightly larger shower in Vernon County right around Nevada. These will be moving out of here as the morning progresses. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. It is cloudy, but the roads are dry. We haven't really seen any rainfall in Joplin, but still cloudy. 40 degrees right now. Feels like 33 though, with that north breeze at 13 miles an hour. As we take a look at temperatures across the region, they look like this. 37s, lots of those. Iola, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Chanute, Neodesha, Sedan, Independence, Parsons. Got 41, Chatopa, Miami, 39s in Anderson, Neosho, and Carthage, and 41 in Lamar. As our morning goes on, those isolated showers out of here between about 8 and 9, and then we'll just be mostly cloudy, chilly, only about 40 degrees, and a little cooler today than yesterday by 2 or 3 degrees. Looking at highs in the lower 50s. Partly cloudy skies, could see some wind gusts 15, 20 miles an hour. So again, as we've mentioned, it's not too wild, but breezy for sure. Winds calm down this evening. We even get some mostly clear skies briefly before we return to partly to mostly cloudy skies. We drop back down to a low of 34. As we go into our Wednesday, we're actually looking pretty good. We'll have some partly cloudy skies. Temperature is much closer to normal out there. And then our Thursday, there's a cold front out here. It's going to set off showers and thunderstorms Thursday evening across central Kansas and into Oklahoma. Those could be strong to severe, and there may be a strong storm or two that makes it into our western counties. That turns into just some showers, maybe rumbles of thunder as we head into the morning. And then depending on how fast the cold front moves, we're expecting to see redevelopment of showers and thunderstorms late morning, early afternoon. If the cold front moves a little quicker, the severe threat will stay focused to our east, which right now that's the thinking. But if it slows down, it could end up giving us a few strong storms on Friday. So we'll keep an eye on that. 60 tomorrow, 62 Thursday, 75 Friday. Cold front kicks us down to 60 on Saturday, 71 Sunday, mid-70s by next Monday with more storm chances. We'll be back with more right after this, but first, we're going to take a live look at downtown Girard. Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear a case involving Kansas that reached their bench. The justices will keep a newly redrawn congressional map of Kansas in place. They declined to hear a request from voters who say the new districts in Kansas allow for racial gerrymandering. Complained about the smell, and the city of Fort Scott held a special city hall meeting to address the unpleasant smell coming from ADM, a manufacturer. Now, although ADM is located in Deerfield, Missouri, the waste from the factory is stored in a lagoon. The sludge from the lagoon causes a smell that the residents of Fort Scott want to have resolved. Checking your forecast as we go through the rest of our morning. We are looking to be fairly decent. We got those isolated showers clearing out. It's going to be a bit on the chilly side as well across the area. Mostly cloudy skies. As we head into our afternoon, we are going to be a few degrees cooler than yesterday, but not significantly cooler, but still well below average. Partly cloudy skies. Could see wind gusts pushing that 15 to 20 mile an hour range across the area. So again, not super breezy, but breezier than yesterday for sure. As we head into this evening, we'll have a period of some mostly clear skies, which will be pretty nice, and then we'll go back to those partly to mostly cloudy skies and drop back down to a pretty cold 34 degrees. Looking down the road, so we go into our Wednesday. Our Wednesday's looking pretty good. We're going to see partly cloudy skies, temperatures much closer to normal as we go through the day. And then we head into Thursday, and that's what we wanted to talk about on Thursday, is this evolving situation. We got a cold front. It's going to set off showers and thunderstorms from central Kansas back down through central Oklahoma. Those could be, and are expected to be, honestly, strong to severe. However, that means that in our western counties, at least, there could be a stray strong storm or two, but it all depends on the speed of that front. So we also have that opportunity for a stray strong storm or two on Friday. Check out the temperatures, though, as we are in the 60s Wednesday, Thursday, 75 on Friday, 60 Saturday, 71 Sunday, and mid-70s on Monday with some additional thunderstorm chances. And we do want to recap some breaking news that we're following out of Cherryvale. We have a crew on the way. Cherryvale schools, all of USD 447, are closed today due to a police situation in Cherryvale. And again, we have a crew on the scene, and we will have more on this situation as it becomes available on our website through the KOAM News Now app, and again today on the KOAM News at noon. Thanks so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon. Have a great day.